My Neighbor Totoro was directed by Hayao Miyazaki, and the currently distributed English dub features the voices of sisters Dakota and Elle Fanning. It also features the voice of Pat Carroll, who you would best know as the voice of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. My Neighbor Totoro follows two sisters, Satsuki and Mei, as they move to a new home closer to the hospital where their mother is recovering from an unspecified illness. And one day, while Satsuki is at school, Mei starts playing around in the yard, and she comes across this little forest spirit, and she follows it to a big one that keeps falling asleep. It happens to be Totoro. And when she tells her father and Satsuki about it, Satsuki kind of seems a little bit like Satsuki just seems interested in meeting Totoro, and she does later on in the movie. And as some of these interactions with Totoro, it starts off a little unclear as to whether or not he's real or not. But then as the movie goes on, it clarifies whether he is or isn't. And the two sisters learn that even when things seem like they could be, like they're just not going to work out the way that they want things to, that it's still in the end going to be okay. And I just love that a children's film is willing to do that. My Neighbor Totoro is not like any of those currently those American animated films that are 3D dance sequences for no reason, looking at you emoji movie, that kind of stuff. Not in My Neighbor Totoro. And oh my gosh, it's for the better. And also, the story is so good that kids just aren't gonna give a damn that it's 2D animation and there's no dance sequences. There are a couple of songs in it that, well, the first one is at the very beginning during the opening credits. The second is at the end during the end credits. And they are both catchy tunes. They're both really catchy tunes. Hey, Let's Go and the film's theme song, My Neighbor Totoro. And also, with this being a Studio Ghibli film, I gotta say, the animation is nothing short of spectacular. Oh my gosh, you could probably say it looks better than modern animated films. I mean, it gives films like Raya and the Last Dragon and Frozen a run for their money in terms of the quality of the animation. Now, I'm not trying to dunk on those two movies. I love Frozen and Raya, but My Neighbor Totoro is just one of those films where, if you see it in theaters, you will remember the experience. It's the first time I saw it in theaters. It was a packed theater. The whole theater was packed by the time I got to the auditorium. I was sitting all the way in the back, off to the left. Yeah, I was sitting in one of those random seats that nobody wants. And I remember all the kids who were in the theater with me, they were so engaged at the right time, in the right way at the right time. They'd see Totoro and they'd be like, look, it's Totoro. That's what this movie does with kids. It completely engages them, and it plays with the imagination, with your imagination. And also, I can't help but talk about Mei. When I first saw this, the first time I saw this movie, every scene with Mei, I just couldn't help but smile. Oh my gosh. I was just like, oh my gosh. What they doing is right now is absolutely adorable. It is adorable. Mei is an absolute scene stealer. Even though all the characters pretty much get their own scene to steal. Well, except of course Mei and Satsuki's father, but he's really not an important character. The characters that this really seems to focus on are Mei, Satsuki, and Totoro, and they steal every scene that they are in. That's how brilliantly written these characters are. Yeah. They're also very well acted. Voiced. They're all very well voiced. I know that the Disney dub, which is also the same one as the Shout Factory one, isn't exactly the one that some people would prefer. Because there's two dubs. There's the Disney and Shout Factory dub. Disney and Shout Factory, they put out the same dub. But before Disney or Shout Factory had the rights to My Neighbor Totoro, another studio called Streamline Pictures had the rights, and they did another dub. And there are actually videos. I've actually come across one video where they took one scene and they did a side-by-side comparison. Visually, the scene did not play out differently, but the difference was in the dialogue, in what the characters said. And also the voice actors. And I absolutely love My Neighbor Totoro. I give it an A+.